So we're at Costco today. We're going to pick up a few things, and just as I'm going through the store, just going to name off just some ideas of some things that you should be adding to your preparations. Comment down below what we should all be adding to our preparations. I'm just going to go over some general ideas of what we could be adding right now. Hey, take 10 or 20, 30 bucks, 50 bucks a week and add a little bit to the preparations right now. I think you'll be happy that you did. It's Tuesday, June 13th, 2023. Please like, please subscribe, and please make sure to share these videos. I'm going to add some clips from yesterday. I went to Costco. And I can tell you right now, looking at prices at Costco, looking at prices at the grocery store, I don't see how inflation is coming down. In fact, to me, it looks like it just continues to go up. But I'm going to share some clips with our Costco run yesterday and just some ideas of some things you could be buying right now that aren't going to break the bank, that we should all be putting away in our preparations. And of course, there's a lot of things that I didn't talk about yesterday. If you want to add something to it, please comment down below what we should be adding to our preparations. And I talked about more vitamins, protein powders, more canned food, more rice, more beans. So stay tuned in this video. I'll share some of the Costco run. But looking at prices, Costco is cheaper than a lot of places, but not on everything. But you can tell, you can see that prices are continuing to go up. This article today on The Hedge, CPI tumbles to 2-year lows, but goods prices reaccelerate. Inflation outpaces wages for 26 straight month. And we're seeing super core inflation accelerating. But thank God today that they're telling us that inflation is under control, that the Fed has basically defeated inflation. Everything's going to be okay. I'm watching the financial channels today. More than likely now the Fed will pause tomorrow. I still believe that there is a good possibility that the Fed will raise 25 basis points tomorrow. I'm probably going to be proven wrong here, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say they are going to go 25 basis points. But right now, from everything I'm reading, from all the forecasts and predictions out there, it looks like that they're probably going to pause tomorrow and raise in July. But I still think there's a chance that they're going to raise. But I'm looking around, I'm seeing gas prices. We saw oil prices surge today. Just over the last couple weeks, going to the pump, oil prices have been going up. But at least egg prices are down 13.8% last month, after being up 70%. And here's the problem is they can tell us that certain things are down, but if you go back 2 years and see where they're at, we are still paying so much more. Cereal year over year is up 9.3%. But 2 years ago, if we compare it to 2 years ago, it's up 23.3%. Meat is up 0.4% year over year, but over a 2-year period, it is up 12.7%. I think it's up much more than that. Prices aren't falling slowly, they're compounding. I don't see any victory here. Again, watching these financial channels and business channels today, they're taking a victory lap. Year over year, vehicle repair prices are up 19.7%. Vehicle insurance up 17.1%. Mobile vendors up 15.3%. Pet food up 13.8%. Frozen food and veggies up 12.9%. This is year over year. Household paper products up 12.4%. Fats and oils 11.8%. Medical equipment and supplies up 10.3%. Outdoor equipment 10.3%. Baby food and baby formula up 10.1%. Rent is up 8.7%. Daycare 6.4%. Electricity up 5.9%. And of course, if we go back 2 years, the numbers are much, much higher, and it just goes on and on and on. But I wanted to share some of these prices with you. But the good news is televisions and refrigerators are down 10% year over year. Car rentals are down 12.4%. Gasoline's down 20%, but we're still paying way more for gasoline than we were a few years ago. And of course, we've been draining our special petroleum reserves in order to push gasoline prices down. And health insurance down 20%, but health insurance has skyrocketed. So it's down 20% year over year. But what was it 2 years ago? So you can look at these numbers year over year. They're not impressive. In fact, it's very, very bad. But when you go back 2 years ago, we're paying so much more than we were 2 years ago. And don't forget one thing that is going up and is going to continue to go up, it's taxes. People are going to pay more in property taxes. They're going to pay more in income taxes. They're paying more to insure their properties, homeowners insurance. Prices of literally everything is going up. But hey, you can get a deal on a cell phone, you can get a deal on a refrigerator or a washing machine, you can get a deal on a large screen television. So I guess everything is going to be okay. Here's another one from The Hedge today. Commercial real estate doom loop accelerates as Westfield abandons largest San Francisco mall, stops paying $558 million loan. This on top of just a few days ago, the default on those 2 hotels in San Francisco, $725 million. So we're talking literally with 3 properties here around $1.3 billion defaulted on 3 properties in the last week. Westfield and its partner Brookfield Properties have stopped paying on a $558 million loan for the metro area's largest shopping mall after challenging operation conditions. Yes, a crashing economy, surging crime, and no foot traffic. People don't have the money, the discretionary money to go out and shop at malls like they once did. Prices are going up. People don't have the money. They're spending more, getting less, and they just can't do it. The mall at 865 Market Street has multiple lenders tied to its commercial mortgage-backed securities. The lenders were not disclosed. Westfield has been dumping mall after mall. Some of these malls they've dumped and sold at discounts. Others they've just completely walked away from. Others screwing commercial mortgage-backed security holders along the way. Institutional investors such as pension funds, insurance companies, and mutual funds are invested in this commercial real estate, in these malls, ladies and gentlemen. They're invested in these massive office buildings, these massive malls. So we are going to see at some point blood in the streets here. Hell is going to be paid here with these losses. Again, your pension could be invested in this commercial real estate. The mutual funds that you're investing in could be invested in this. Insurance companies invested in all this. This stuff is going to absolutely blow up. Anybody that thinks that everything is okay, that the stock market is going to continue to go up forever, even though we had a nice rally today, of course, the good news is they're hoping and praying that the Fed's going to pause tomorrow. And next, they're going to be hoping and praying that the Fed is going to reverse course, print a lot of money, slam interest rates, and everything's going to go back to normal as we continue to devalue our purchasing power, devalue the US dollar, and jeopardize the world reserve currency, the US dollar, by doing so. So we're either going to continue to play this game and cause hyperinflation and the fall and destruction of the world reserve currency, the US dollar, or the Fed is going to do something here, and the US government is going to do something by stopping all the spending. It's not going to happen. So where are we going to go here? Things are breaking, ladies and gentlemen. The economy has already collapsed. It's done. It's over. It collapsed back in 2008, and they know that at some point they are going to have to reverse. They are going to have to print money, and at that point, the world's watching this. The world knows that the dollar is on borrowed time. The world knows that we're in a corner now. There's no way out. Nobody wants to feel the pain. Nobody wants to stop the spending. They just want more money printing. These markets want more money printing. They want more spending. They want you to get deeper and deeper into debt before they pull the plug on this whole thing. This is going to come to an end whether they want it to or they don't. We are too far in debt. We've destroyed the US dollar. The world is watching this. And this is why the BRICS nations are going to get more and more powerful. And this is why more and more countries are going to turn to the BRICS, because they need safety in currency. They don't want a weaponized currency or weaponized dollar. And I think that this is going to really begin to accelerate. Is it going to happen in 6 months or a year? I don't think so, but it is. The wheels are turning right now. It has begun, and you need to be preparing for this. If you're holding nothing but paper, nothing but dollars, you're going to get yourself into a jam here. Wolfstreet.com. Westfield walks from mall in San Francisco after walking from 2 malls in Florida and others. Screws commercial mortgage-backed security holders. This on Wolfstreet.com. Default rate of mall security mortgage-backed securities rose to 7%. These defaults have been going on for years and will only get worse. This is going to affect the stock market. This is going to affect a lot of people. It's going to affect your pensions. It's going to affect your mutual funds, your investments. It's going to affect Wall Street. It's going to affect banks, ladies and gentlemen. More regional banks are going down. Big banks will go down because of this. Back in February 2021, URW, the largest property real estate investment trust in Europe, announced it would dump all its 27 Westfield malls in the US, which 16 are in California, including the Westfield in San Francisco. This is nothing new. This has been going on for years. I've been recording vacant commercial real estate for at least 3 years now. Malls, our Westfield here is bankrupt. It's in foreclosure. It has been for over a year. So the one literally 5 minutes before I'm making this video went bankrupt over a year ago. It's done. Many empty stores there. In fact, the stores that are there right now probably aren't even paying rent. These malls will stay open for how long, I don't know, but are they even paying rent? What's the condition of the retailers right now in America? This is going to get really ugly, ladies and gentlemen. So they can float all this great news out today that inflation's coming way down, even though it's 4%. We know it's much higher than that, but it's double where they want to be at 2%. How are they going to go from 4% to 2% when we just raised the debt ceiling? We're going to borrow and steal another $4 trillion. We're sending money all over the world by the billions, and yet we're supposed to believe that inflation is just going to go away. It's going to disappear. We're going to get to 2%. There's still people believing we're going to get to 2% this year. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Look at the 10-year today. I think the 10-year bond yield is sitting at 3.82%. It is screaming. What does that mean? It means that if you want to borrow money, it's going to get a lot more expensive. You want to go buy a house, mortgage rates are going to continue to go up. Bankrate.com today, 7.01% on a 30-year fixed rate. So people are continuing to lose jobs, wages down for 26 straight months while prices of everything continue to go up. So stay tuned, watch the rest of this video. I'll throw some of the Costco clips in there from yesterday. I don't see things getting cheaper. I see people having to use more and more credit cards to eat, more and more credit cards to pay their utility bills, more credit cards to pay their rent. We are in a corner, ladies and gentlemen, and there's no way out. We either raise rates and stop spending and stomp this thing out, and there's going to be a lot of pain to be felt, or we're going to reverse course, slam rates down, print a lot of money, and then we're going to see hyperinflation in America, and there's going to be even more pain. Either way, pain is coming. There's no way out of this. And it's going to get very interesting here now in the next 12 to 24 months of how this is all going to play out. But there are going to be huge repercussions from this debt, from this spending, from raising the debt ceiling, another $4+ trillion, and they'll do it again after this, sending money all over the world. There is going to be huge repercussions, ladies and gentlemen. And I think most people that have a brain and use common sense understand that their savings accounts are dwindling. They're much smaller. Their outlook with the economy is very negative. Their dollar is buying less and less. They're having to work longer and more in order just to buy the same things or even buy less. You're spending more, getting less quality, getting less service. And I'm continuing to see businesses close and more people are struggling. I'm seeing more homeless people, not less. More people dependent on credit cards. Why are credit card debts skyrocketing? We're at $1 trillion of credit card debt in this country. Why is it so high? You can just see with your own two eyes and use some common sense, ladies and gentlemen, that we are heading in a very bad direction here, and one that we're not going to be able to correct very easily. A lot of pain and suffering is coming. It's already begun. People are feeling the pain right now. You're going to see more people homeless. You're going to see more people moving in with family members. You're going to see more people having to sell the toys. They're going to be selling the cars, the boats, the RVs, the watches. They're getting out now because they'd rather eat than wear a nice watch. They'd rather eat than drive a car with a nice emblem. They'd rather drive a cheaper car. People are going to have to make sacrifices. People are forced now to cut things out of their life whether they want to or not. We're seeing the conditions of this economy continuing to erode. No matter what the television tells you, no matter what the person in the beautiful suit and tie tells you every day, things are getting worse. Look at sales in real estate. Real estate sales have absolutely fallen off a cliff, and they're going to continue to fall, and prices are going to fall next. I'm going to leave it there today. Please comment down below. Stay tuned, watch the rest of this video. God bless all of you. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing. Look forward to speaking with all of you very, very soon. It's getting really hot out here. I'm going to get in. Have a great day. A lot of TVs. They are stacked with TVs. Wow. 75s. Wow. Massive amounts of inventory of televisions. So a massive amount of inventory. If you're looking for televisions, there's 2 rows of boxes of these big screens: 4K, 8K, 85 inches, 77 inches, 50 inches. Wow. 85 inches. Man, they have got a lot of televisions. You know, some of the things we should be buying right now is extra charcoal. This stuff right here, you know, if you have food, how do you cook it? How are you going to warm it up? Charcoal is cheap. So everybody should be putting a couple bags of this stuff away. 1849 piles of it. Extra propane. It's not cheap, but good to have. Definitely want to be stocking up on water, extra toilet paper, extra paper towels. I mean, I got to tell you, the store here, we're in La Quinta at Costco, it is stocked. Gatorades, Arrowhead water, a lot of water. So we've said this in the past, the time to be getting this stuff is right now, while it's on the shelves, while you're not fighting crowds. This is the time to be buying the extra toilet paper, the paper towels, extra bottled waters, the extra canned food, the extra bags of rice, extra bags of beans, extra vitamins, protein powders. I mean, every week you should be buying a little bit of this stuff. I mean, look at this. When things get bad, these places will be wiped out within hours. You don't want to wait for that. Buy this stuff every week. Just add a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. If you can afford to do more, then add more. Bleach, super, super important. Never forget your pets. Make sure you have extra dog food, cat food put away. You can buy this stuff in bulk. Put it away. Another one that's a great idea, right here, coffee. Instant coffee lasts a long, long time. And remember, you guys can preserve this stuff however you want, but you can buy it right now. So just as we're here, just grabbing a few things, you know, every time I go to the store, it's like you can always add a little something. We're pretty good. We've got at least a year plus of supply, so we're pretty good. But anything that gets old, we'll kick out, donate. and replace it with something else. Canned fish, you got canned salmon here. Stuff will last a long time. People make excuses. Cut out the lattes, cut out the fast food, put some food away. Your family will thank you for it. Look at all this. You got canned tuna, canned salmon, wild yellowfin right there, sardines, fantastic. Of course, good old Spam. Stuff will last forever. These are the things you got to be thinking about. Beans, canned beans. Over here, rice, beans, bags of rice. You can buy a 50-pound bag of rice, $41, 25-pound bag for $13.49. Here's a 20-pound bag for $25.99. What does it hurt to just, take a couple $100 over the month and just buy a little extra food? If nothing happens, great. If something happens, it's your lifeline, ladies and gentlemen. This is what my family's been doing for years, just stacking the emergency food, the canned food, the bottled waters, the water purifiers. It's going to be so important. The news out there is not good. And this stuff, this store is packed with supplies. Packed with it. And people are only going to have themselves to blame when something happens and they don't have enough food. You need the calories, you need the protein. One thing that I think is extremely important when you're a store like this is make sure you have vitamin C, B12. Any deficiencies that you have, make sure that you get them. Make sure you have vitamins, protein powders. So important. If you lack iron, get some iron. If you're low in vitamin C, get some vitamin C. Multivitamin. Make sure you're taking your vitamins. We're not getting enough in the food. And when things get bad enough and you're not taking in enough food or enough quality food, you're going to want to add, I think, a multivitamin and some of these other type of vitamins are going to be extremely important. And especially maybe where you live, you might need more vitamin D. We have enough here with the sun, but fish oil also really important. Some people lack calcium. Do you have enough calcium? You're going to have enough calcium in your diet. Maybe you need to take a calcium pill. So much here to be thinking about, and most people do not think about this. Medications too. But I think like the vitamin C's, the multivitamins, the protein powder is going to be extremely important. You get a bad headache, Excedrin Extra Strength works really, really good for me. Maybe Tylenol works for you, or an aspirin. Make sure you have aspirin. Make sure you have the Excedrin. Make sure you have the Tylenol. That too is going to be important. A little Pepto-Bismol. These little things could really make your life a lot easier. Right here. That stuff will kill a migraine in 15 minutes. So important. And you can get it right now. These little things right now are going to add up to be huge assets down the road when things really, really get bad. If you have allergies, you can get over here, you get some Zyrtec, things for allergies. Really, really important. Extra diapers. If you have kids, it's going to be important. But, people have bad allergies, maybe you need some Zyrtec, maybe you need some eye drops, Claritin, whatever. This is stuff you should be getting right now, and there's just tons of this stuff. Benadryl. These are the things that we all should be thinking right now. This isn't rocket science. Brushes, toothpaste, you have enough of that stuff. You want to take care of your teeth. You want to take care of your gums. the last thing you want is dental problems when things break loose. You do not want dental problems. You get a toothache, you get a tooth infection, you're going to really be in big trouble. So make sure that you're taking care of your hygiene, that you have soaps, that you have toothpaste, that you have toothbrushes, that you have dental floss, things like that. That stuff is going to be so important. So you want to maintain very, very good hygiene, because when the lights go out and you can't get this stuff at the store, you're gonna wish that you took some time and did this stuff.